Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos. This is Grandmother's Cross. It's 10-inch finished. Here is the diagram. We're going to make rectangles, squares, and triangle and square units. Here are 4 blocks put together, block to block. Patch A is a 2-inch by 4-inch finished rectangle. We'll cut 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches patches, and we'll need 4 patches for the dark fabric. These go here on the outside edge. Here are the AccuQuilt dies you can use to cut this size. Patch B and B reversed, and also patch C will make up the triangle and square unit, and that's this unit right here on the 4 sides in the center. It's a 2-inch finished triangle and square, and we're using the Tri-Rex ruler to cut these pieces. For the rectangle shape, the Rex shape, you cut 1 strip at 2.5 inches times 10 inches. Then you fold the strip in half with the wrong sides together, and then you use the tool to cut it, and every time you cut, you'll be cutting 1 set, and I'll show you what they look like. Patch C is the 2-inch finished triangle and square, and this is the triangle part. You're going to cut 1 strip at 2.5 inches times 9 inches, and then from there you're going to cut your 4 patches. Here are the AccuQuilt dies for cutting patches B, B reversed, and C. Patch D is a 2-inch finished square. We'll cut 2.5-inch squares. We'll need 4 patches for the blue, and 4 patches for the yellow, and 2 patches for the cross, the orange color. Patch E is a 2-inch by 6-inch finished rectangle. We'll cut 1 patch 6.5 inches by 2.5 inches. You might have noticed all of these patches are cut at 2.5 inches, or the initial strip is. So this is cut 2.5 inches by 4.5. These are cut 2.5 for both of the triangle and the rectangle side. The square is cut 2.5, and the larger rectangle is cut 2.5 inches. So that means you can use jelly roll strips or any 2.5-inch strips you have to make this block. Well, first we'll piece the triangle and square units. There are 4 of them. Then we'll piece the side and the center units. Then we'll piece the corner units. Here are the patches I've cut for this. Here's patch A, the rectangles. These are the Tri-Rex units. And the rectangle units, since we cut those with the wrong sides together, we open them up and we'll have 1 set. We'll have a left and a right-hand side. And the triangle part will go like this. So that's patch B, BR, and C. Then patch D are the squares, and patch E is the larger rectangle. Let's start by piecing the triangle and square unit. The next segment coming up will show you how to piece these if you have used the Tri-Rex ruler to cut the pieces, and then after that will be how you piece these if you've cut them with the AccuQuilt. To piece the Tri-Rex unit, you turn the piece over like this, and that little notch you cut out, you're going to line up with this edge of the triangle. So you have your notch lining up that edge, and then you have your side lining up with this edge. And we're going to start our stitching here and stitch 1/4 inch all the way down. When you stitch it, your stitching should start right at this point here, and this should be 1/4 inch here. So we've stitched all the way down to the bottom, and then when we open it up and press the seam open, it will look like this. This nub up here you have to cut off because it just gets in the way. If you'll notice down here, there's also a nub here that you can cut off, and this little angle for the rectangle fabric is sort of cut off a little bit, and that's just fine. It'll work out just fine. Now we take our other side, which is this, and we do basically the same thing. We're going to match down here match the where you cut off the little blunt edge right here along this line, and then match the long side here. And we'll start stitching here. If you can see where this V is, right at that point should be your 1/4 of an inch, and you start there and stitch a 1/4 of an inch all the way down, and you should come off right here at this where this blunt edge was cut off. Here are 2 of them finished. This is what it looks like before the nubs are cut off. So you have a nub down here, and then the last one up here. So you trim those off, and here's what it looks like trimmed off. These little curved edges, it'll be taken up in the seam allowance, and then those are finished. The dies have cut off all the points here. This gives you a way to match up for your piecing. So we'll take this first one and flip it over. I'm matching this cut here and this edge. I usually start with this one because it matches better. This is at the tip of the triangle. So let's match this here and then match however it ends up here. Then I'll start stitching at a 1/4 of an inch and then finish stitching a 1/4 of an inch down here. This is the bottom part, the part that I matched first, and you can see the stitching comes out almost right on that point. And up here, it doesn't really match any point here, so just be sure you have a 1/4 of an inch when you start stitching. Now I'll press it open. This is pressed open. This is the bottom part of the triangle, and you see this white part, or the side part, comes out just a little bit, but that's okay. And then the top part comes out. They meet together at the edge. This is how the piece goes. So we'll flip this over. Now you're going to match the top part of the triangle with this part right here. So match that there. Match the straight edge here and the edges here. Stitch up here, start here with your 1/4 of an inch. And here's what it looks like. This is even across the top here, and that point is right at your 1/4 of an inch. And then down here, you're off a little bit with your 1/4 of an inch, but that's okay because we did the same thing over here. So now we will press the seams open. And here is your finished triangle and square unit. And you'll see that this white part, or the side part, comes out. It looks like maybe 1/8 of an inch comes out on the side. But don't worry about that. It will be taken up in the seam allowance when you sew this unit to another piece. Now our tri-rack units are done, and we're going to step 2 to piece the side and the center units. We'll take our tri-rack units we just made, and this will be our center unit. We'll sew these on together like this, press the seams open, then we'll have 2 like this. Piece 2 of these, press the seams open, and piece 1 of these and press the seams open. The next thing we'll do is take the remaining pieces and make 4 of the corner units. They'll look like this. Stitch these 2 together, the squares, press the seams open, and stitch this rectangle to the top. Press the seams open. After we're done, we'll put the block together. Stitch the units into rows at the top and bottom. Press the seams open, then stitch the rows together. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified of future videos.